Today we are working on a Goodman furnace. We put this in, I think it's a Goodman. Yeah, it's a Goodman furnace. I think we installed it a couple of years ago. And the situation that the customer is having is the furnace is saying that it is failing to ignite. I'm just going to turn it back on here. So when we look at the gas pressure, so here's your gas valve here, and you have an inlet pressure and an outlet pressure. So we have that getting measured right now. We're at just about 12.5-inch water column on the inlet pressure, and that's basically where we want it. You will see that the pressure will drop drastically on the output side. So we're going to see what that looks like here, and then I'll actually ignite it with a torch, and then you can see how it's running. So we'll give it 1 second here. So we'll see that pressure. It's just going to turn on in about 2 seconds. Yep, there it is. So you can see the pressure that we have coming in drop down drastically. This never hit the pressure we wanted. We wanted to be somewhere around 11. So it failed. So now, when it cycles back on, I'm going to try to turn it on with a torch, and then we can watch those pressures stabilize and see where we're at. It's going to take a minute here. I'll probably skip ahead. Basically, right now, the furnace is just exhausting because it's saying, hey, there might be gas in that burn chamber that did not get burnt off. So, got to run that inducer for a second. Okay, so we have our igniter. We're just going to wait till that gas valve clicks. Then I'll show you the pressures again. Okay, so we have ignition. Now, when we revisit this, we can see this is our inlet right here, the 3-inch water column. So it dropped basically 9 inches water column. And then here's our outlet, which is 7.37. We want that to be at 10. So if we were concerned that it might be a bad gas valve, we would see this inlet pressure maintain at like 12, but barely any would come out of the gas valve. Barely any would come out of the outlet, so maybe like 3-inch water column or something. Because we're seeing the input drop like it is, we know that we're not getting enough supply. So for whatever reason, this customer's on propane, and my assumption is that the regulator on the propane tank is bad. I did check the propane tank. It says it's at like 70 or 80%. So there's something going on in between this furnace and the propane tank. We don't have a step-down regulator inside. A lot of times they'll bring in 2 PSI and then we'll regulate it down with our own regulator down to 11-inch water column. That's not the case in this situation. It's just straight to their regulator on the outside, and then it goes to the tank. So the reason it was not igniting is because if you don't have enough gas pressure to hit the igniter is that brown little thing. You can kind of see it glowing there. It's not glowing to its normal temperature when it's trying to ignite, but if you don't have enough gas pressure to force that gas to bathe that igniter, the igniter will not like the gas. So it was pumping a little bit of gas. It was not enough to start an ignition. So at least for now, we're going to tell the customer that he needs to contact his propane company. They need to come out and assess that regulator. And if we need to come back after that, we certainly can. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.